Yo guys, what is good? What is good? So I'm back again with another recap video. So guys, I think I did a poll on the group that you should vote if you want this video, and a lot of you said you wanted this video. So if you're not in my Telegram group, make sure that you click on the link below so that you can be able to join my Telegram and get to see what I do on real life chat or on daily basis, because of that's where I post more of my setup and what I'm looking out for. But then again, even here on YouTube, you can still make the best of it, because I post my weekly breakdown. Like, this is not new to you guys. You've seen me breaking down how am I looking for price to be attracted to these areas. First, I said this was the first target, and you can clearly see now that price has already taken out this liquidity here. You can already see, okay, I don't know what's happening, but you can already see by just looking here that price has taken out this liquidity here. Let me just take this back. Price has taken out this liquidity here. You can already see that, and you can clearly see. So now my next target is this area to see what price is going to do. Once price does get into these areas, then that's when I'm going to sit on my hands and just wait to see what price is going to do. But now let's just go down to our smaller time frame so that I can show you guys how I missed this beautiful trade. Not on EU, to be honest, but I missed it on GU. But I'm going to show you guys how it happened that I missed this trade. So here, guys, is my my H1 time frame. So on my H1 time frame, I kind of like look for areas that I can use as my supply or my demand area. And here you can clearly see that we do have this area here, which it was caused by news. This kind of stick yesterday was caused by news. If you know FYMC news yesterday. So yeah, I'm not sure if it's FYMC or CPI. Oh yeah, but it was news that I know that news that generated this move yesterday. So you can clearly see, guys, that I was looking for price to kind of like pull back into these areas, and in that process of price pulling back into these areas, it was creating what we call three or power of three. I can just say power of three. Yeah, you can just put it like the power of three. So one thing that you can clearly see, guys, that here on our smaller time frame, let me just zoom in. On our smaller time frame, we have this level of supply. So what I was anticipating is that price do take out these highs here, and price did take the highs here before it went into my anticipation direction. Because remember, guys, I'm not going to be taking any selling opportunities just because price broke above this area. If it does want to push continually to the upside, I'm not going to be taking that position. Why? Because my directional bias is to the downside for this week. I'm looking for price to continue selling for this week. And you can clearly see that what happened is that price pushed down and then gave me this fair value gap. It was kind of like a risky entry because of we haven't had any displacement and we haven't had any kind of like break of structure. So it was kind of like a risky trade, but this one was even more of a nicer trade here. As you can see, we do have a beautiful break of structure here. So this is what I call risky trade, because of price can still easily push to the upside without pulling back to come and push, because there's no displacement, there's nothing. But if you can just see here, I'm just going to try and remove this because of kind of like going to distract us. But that is the trade that I was going to be looking to take. This was the trade. This one I was most likely not going to take. I was only going to take maybe something like this if this trade was a loser, because I make sure that I take at least 2 trades a day. I don't exceed 2 trades. But then if another opportunity presents itself while I still executed only 1 trade, then I can still take another trade. So here what you can see, guys, is that we printed this beautiful fair value gap. Let me just remove this. I got the wrong one. So we printed this beautiful fair value gap here, as you can clearly see. And we have a beautiful, we have a beautiful displacement here. As you can see, this leg, beautiful displacement of this leg here to the downside. Super, super nice and simple, not too complicated. So I'm just going to change the color of this. Make it something else. So we had this beautiful displacement breaking structure to the downside, super, super nice and simple. So now we printed this beautiful fair value gap as well. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put my lines here to highlight this fair value gap. So I'm just going to remove this so that I can keep my charts clean. And then after I saw this was going to be a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful downside or to the downside trade as well. So I was going to be entering my trades from here, selling opportunities, obviously. And then I was going to be having my stop loss just around about this area. I don't like to have tight stop losses, so I like to give my trade. Probably maybe I was going to look to have maybe 5 pips stop loss here, or I can even have my stop loss just around about above this area. It just depends on the target as well, because if I look at the target to see where price might likely be drawn into, and in this area I was seeing this area as my level of what of liquidity, or where price can be drawn into. And as you can see, guys, price did exactly be drawn into that area. 2.6% was going to be a beautiful trade, even with our stop losses above. But if we were to be a little bit of more conservative, putting our stop loss just above these areas, then we would have been able to bank around about 4.7%. With this trade as well, that gave us around about a beautiful 2%. So it was kind of like a beautiful trade. With the first trade, I was kind of like targeting the entries here, and my stop loss, let me just get this. My stop loss was above these areas. It was not a 3.5, it was around about 5 pips. I was targeting kind of like below these liquidity areas here, because of I know that not liquidity, I mean FVG, fair value gap. I know the price can be attracted or be drawn to that fair value gap and then reverse. So that was my target. But this was going to be a beautiful trading day. Unfortunately, I didn't catch these beautiful trades on Euro USD. So I'm just going to move on to GBP USD. So on GBP USD, guys, pretty much simple, same directional bias. I'm bearish on GBP USD, as you can see. So I was looking for price to continue to be drawn, but on GU, we haven't taken out this liquidity. We only did on EU, this liquidity area here. We haven't taken it out. We only did on EU. So I'm still looking for price to kind of like push. Probably we can do that tomorrow, or you can still do it today. It doesn't really matter when, but what matters is that it will eventually do it. So as you can see that my directional bias is already confirmed to the downside. We do have this beautiful fair value gap as well on our daily time frame. Price did come and try to break, but it couldn't break above. As you can see, we rejected and eventually went to the downside. So now I'm just going to move on to my 5-minute time frame. So my 5-minute time frame, guys, what I was anticipating here to happen is that you can clearly see that we have pushed to the upside, pulled back, we have pushed to the upside. So we created what here? We created liquidity when those support and resistance traders, they were entering selling opportunities here. For me, I was like, okay, I'm looking for price to kind of like take out this liquidity from these areas, and then I'm looking for selling opportunities to the downside. So it was a beautiful sell. As you can see, I was looking for price to break below these areas, created a beautiful displacement to the downside. So you can clearly see that I was now equipping to go short. But as you can see, guys, after price created this fair value gap here, double fair value gap to say to that matter, I was anticipating price to kind of like pull back into these areas and then move with me to the downside. I was targeting just below these areas here, because I know there is liquidity that price is most likely to be attracted to, pushing to the downside. But then again, guys, price didn't come to take me in. It just went. Look at this, guys. Look at this. If we were to enter in this position and we are still holding this trade, we are going to be able to bank like the lowest was like 11% on just one trade, 11% on just one trade. I'm not saying that it was just going to be an easy bank on this one, but I'm saying that the potential of the move to the downside was like 11%, which is super, super wild. But nonetheless, guys, it's me, your boy, Falaki Mamba. I am out. Make sure, guys, that you catch tomorrow's video, whereby I'm going to be doing the full weekly breakdown, where I'm going to be showing you full weekly breakdown of how I was looking at this trade and how I missed them, how I got the trade that I got. And it was a beautiful trade indeed. Thank you so much, guys, for staying tuned, for staying in. I'm out. Let it be peace in the Middle East. That's our brothers and sisters. Be safe.